You are watching Powell Press with Senator Bobby Powell, Jr. We will be covering all of what you need to know from the 2021 legislative session here in Tallahassee, Florida.
Hello, I am State Senator Bobby Powell, Jr., representing Senate District 30 in Palm Beach County. We are live for the second edition of the 2021 legislative session's Powell Press, Week 2. I am standing in front of the Florida Civil Rights Hall of Fame to discuss some very important issues that are going on here in Tallahassee with you. And we're going to start, before we go to Tallahassee, we're going to start with Palm Beach County. Last week, the governor signed Executive Order 2147 related to the vaccine for coronavirus, or COVID-19. This granted permission to COVID-19 administrators to now be able to vaccinate more individuals. I'm pleased to announce that this week, Palm Beach County released its available vaccination sites along with the persons who were eligible to receive the vaccine. I want to commend the Palm Beach County Commission, the Administrator Virginia Baker, and all of Palm Beach County staff for taking swift action to ensure our county's constituents are able to access vaccines throughout the county. For more information regarding Palm Beach County and the vaccine, please go to the Palm Beach County website, www.pbcgov.org. On Tuesday, I presented Senate Bill 848 related to electronic legal documents. This bill fixes some of the glitches that were in the 2019 electronic legal documents or online notaries legislation. This bill passed unanimously through the Judiciary Committee and now moves on to its next stop, which is Rules, a committee that I also sit on. So on Tuesday, I presented Senate Bill 1192, Mental Illness Training for Law Enforcement Officers. This bill would require officers to receive instructions on how to recognize symptoms and characteristics of someone with a mental illness and how to appropriately respond. This training for officers would count toward their continued employment or appointment instructions requirement. Senate Bill 1192 passed unanimously and now will go on to its next stop, which is the Appropriations Subcommittee on Criminal Justice. And this week, a very controversial bill was heard in the Governmental and Accountability Oversight Committee. That bill is Senate Bill 90. Senate Bill 90 is known as the vote-by-mail legislation that will suppress votes. Of course, this legislation requires that anyone who requests a vote-by-mail ballot receive that ballot only for the calendar year, meaning that every year a person would have to request a new ballot. Additionally, this bill requires additional outputs and additional implications in terms of those who have requested ballots. Many people here have said it's a voter suppression tactic. And this bill passed on a party line vote with 4 votes for it and 2 votes against it. Democrats on the committee offered several amendments, but none of them were favorable in this particular committee. The next stop for this very, very controversial and what I would call a very bad bill would be in the Rules Committee, which I sit upon, and we are looking forward to hammering it out to prevent this legislation from making it to the floor. We'll see what happens with Senate Bill 90 next week when it probably comes to the Rules Committee. Another very controversial bill that has been moving this week is Senate Bill 484. Or House Bill 1. Senate Bill 484 has not moved in the Senate, but in the House, it moved through the Judiciary Committee. It was a very, very controversial issue, but it again passed on a party line vote with 14 people voting in favor of it and 7 Democrats against that piece of legislation. We'll see what happens with this bill as it continues to move. So on Thursday, we saw floor action. 11 bills went to the floor of the Senate for their second reading. One of the bills has been a very popular bill. This bill is Senate Bill 50. This bill proposes to expand the definition of retail sale to include sales facilitated through a marketplace, which many of us know as online retailers. This bill proposes to collect online sales tax from many of the industries that don't currently pay. That bill was heard on second reading and will be up next week for a vote in third reading. This bill could significantly increase the state's general revenue fund by $973.6 million between this year, 2021, and 2022. And for the next years thereafter, $1.8 billion. Thank you all, and that is it for this week's edition of the Powell Press, Week 2 of the 2021 legislative session. Join us next week as we go through Week 3. I'm once again joining you from the Florida Civil Rights Hall of Fame, asking you to like, share, watch, retrieve, comment on this particular video and these issues as we will continue to update you on a weekly basis. I am Bobby Powell Jr., Senator for Senate District 30 in Palm Beach County, bringing you the Powell Press. The Florida Civil Rights Hall of Fame is located in the plaza level of the state capitol. Established by the 2010 legislature to recognize and honor those persons who have made significant contributions to the ever-expanding struggle for civil rights here in the state of Florida. These individuals shared a vision that firmly believed in the laws of equality and opportunity. Their collective and individual acts of courage opened doors for fairness and justice for all persons.